Hello, my beautiful friends, and happy 4th of July. I am back in Shasta. I drove the boys home to LA, drove them to their dad. Well, they stayed with me overnight and then they went to their dad after. So I had a little bit of time to do some laundry, to put everything in place at my place, and then I drove straight back another 9 hours. So I'm gonna take my time collecting kindling and then head up to the lake, take a dip in Medicine Lake. First time this year. I feel amazing. I hope you guys are too. Isn't this awesome? Hi, baby. Little baby pine, little ponderosa. Mwah. All right, guys, we're ready to head up to the Medicine Lake with my kindling, and then we are going to explore on the way. We're not just going to drive fast. So it didn't take for us to drive long at all to find our first plant. And this one is asparagus. No, it's not asparagus, but it surely looks like one, right? This is Pterospora andromedea, or woodland pine drops. This plant is also sometimes called the bird's nest. If you can see, right, it has no green on it. And look where it grows. It grows like this. Sometimes I used to think that it's a mushroom, honestly. And you know what? I wasn't wrong to think so, because this plant is actually mycorrhizal. You see how it doesn't have anything green on it? It's just like this. It lacks all the chlorophyll. So it is parasitic. It needs mycorrhizal mushrooms to... I got a spidey and the bumblebee on me. All sorts of things. Well, this plant actually needs the roots of other nearby, well, fungus, I think, mycorrhizal fungus, the fungus that connects to the trees. And this is how the plant will get nutrients, because it doesn't have chlorophyll, so it doesn't photosynthesize, right? And this plant usually grows near pines, which we are near firs and pines. Is there a pine nearby? There's got to be a pine nearby, because look at the forest floor. It's filled with pine needles. And these guys usually confuse me again, because they make like shrimp-like things, right? So they poke through the ground. Before they poke through the ground, they will raise the earth a little bit, and I get all excited and I go, oh my god, there's a mushroom. And then I come up and I open it up, and sometimes in the very beginning I think that it is the coral mushroom, but turns out that it's not. It's the pine drops. And you know what's really cool? If you see right by this pine drops, someone was walking. Can you see this hole right here? I don't know if you can see it well. So these are deer footprints. And I don't know if they're eating pine drops, if they were looking for pine drops, or maybe just like me, they were looking for mushrooms and they thought, oh my god, there's gonna be mushrooms there. Look at this cute little cutie patootie, little fir cone. And they thought that, oh, there is a shrimp, let's go get some mushrooms, and it ended up being pine drops. Well, I don't know, but there is a possibility that that's what happened, and that's why the footprints are super close to the pine drop plant. Off we go. we just drove by some Agastache urticifolia, which is a nettle leaf giant hyssop flower, and it is from a mint family and it smells so good. And I decided to come out and grab a few for my car to make myself a beautiful, oh look at this giant sugar pine cone with all the sap, all the resin on the side. Oh, I just got into some resin. All right, well, I wanted to get some nettle leaf. Anytime I say leaf after another word, I always say leaf for some reason. I don't know, but I'm gonna get some for the car. I'm gonna make a little bouquet of flowers, maybe some nettle leaf, giant hyssop, and some coyote mint tea. Both are from the mint family and both smell so good. Look at these guys. I wish you could see them. There's a car. Look at these beauties. Look at these beauties. Let's get some. Let's get a little bit. And of course there's always trash, which we're gonna pick up. I already have a trash bag going, so this is not a problem at all. I'm kneeling to pick up flowers and mushrooms, so there is no reason for me not to squat or kneel and reach for some trash. It is exactly the same thing as far as the effort, right? Only this gives back to the forest and mushroom is taking from the forest. So this is how we create a reciprocal relationship, give and take. This should be plenty, and we're gonna add a little bit of coyote mint, but we're gonna get coyote mint at higher elevation because it is getting very, very hot here and it is already seeding. So I think it has the best aroma before it seeds. So we're going to drive a little higher, stop, and get some coyote mint to go into our wildflower forest bouquet. Also, this is gooseberry. This is some sort of, I think, California gooseberry, a mountain gooseberry. But there are no berries on this plant, but other plants have a ton of gooseberries. So we can make jam or maybe like a drink. But we gotta make sure that none of the spikes go into whatever it is that we're making, because these gooseberries are super protected from wildlife. They have all sorts of things on them that are very, very sharp. So we don't want to consume that. But let's go check on the gooseberries a little bit deeper into the forest. Oh, these giant sugar pine cones are full of sap. They look so delicious. All right, I'm going to put my protective plants. I was driving in my civilian clothes, but it's time to put some forest fence on over these ones at least, and let's go a little bit deeper into the forest and check on our gooseberries and our manzanita apples, our tiny little apples. I think those should be ripe already as well. Let's do it and let's see. I always bring my jars for these occasions. Oh, I just got stung by the gooseberry plant. kissed me. Ouch. All right, we have this, and we have some water in the trunk that I have to reach for, because that's what I didn't think through. I poured a bottle of water for myself and then put the rest of the bottles, the big bottles, in the trunk. And then, since I only have one paddle board, I decided not to strap it up, put it in the trunk, and then put my bike on the bike rack. So now, in order to get to the water, I have to take off my bike, take out the paddle board, and then get to the water. A little bit of work. That's actually what happened when I was on the trip with the boys. I ended up packing my kitchen into the back of the car and then putting 2 baby bikes on it, 2 kids bikes, not babies, sorry, 2 children's bikes on it, and then 2 adult bikes are hanging on the rack. And anytime I needed some salt or anything, I had to take out 4 bikes and then put them back in. So I have to find a better spot for the kitchen. Maybe my RV, when I have one, will be more well thought through as far as all these conveniences go. But for now, I'm happy with what I got. I love this car. So turns out my water is gone. So I do have to get into the trunk of my car to get some water. And I chain my bicycle when I'm in the city or on the rest stops, or when I drive, just to like go into if I need to go to use a restroom somewhere and stuff. But here in Shasta, I don't need to chain it at all. So I'm going to take off the chain and leave it off. The bumblebees keep saying hello to me. I missed you too, guys. By the way, I got my Pilates mat too, so Pilates, here we come. Yay! Now the paddle. By the way, guys, you gotta stick with me till Monday, because on Monday I have a huge surprise for all of you. We're ready for the change of clothes and the change of socks, because I'm wearing my Pilates socks here and everything keeps getting into the shoe and biting me there. So I'm going to take off the Pilates socks and put on some tall nature socks that are wool, and this way nothing is gonna get in and bite me anymore. Let's get the other one going and then put my hiking pants. And my hiking pants, they're not really hiking pants. They are, I think they're kids' ski pants, but I love them. It's just a shell. It's very, very thin, and it doesn't let any pokes from any plants to get through to me. So, and it costed half the price of adult pants, which I'm lucky to sometimes get like 11 to 14 size. Quick checkup on my manzanita harvest. I have a couple of trees that I'm waiting for the fruit to ripen, and this one is not fully ripe yet, but look, they're getting so much bigger. Look how big they are. Big and beautiful. Wow. All right, so we're not going to pick any today, although the green ones are astringent and pretty yummy tasting. I like the way they taste. However, I'm trying to fast today, so I'm not going to pick any today, and we're going to find some that are a little bit more red for us to eat maybe tomorrow or whenever the fast is done. And now let's check for our gooseberries. There were so many. Oh, here they are. Look at the gooseberries. Look at the beauties. You see how many spikes they got on them? Wow. But these will also turn red when they're ready. So it's not yet time for that. All right, so let's head on up to the lake, take a swim, and maybe stay up there until the late evening to try and catch some fish. And this is how I ran away from a scary noise in the bushes. Medicine Lake. It is beautiful, but I'm freezing. It's 60 degrees out. But I'm determined to take a dip. Guys, I am absolutely freezing. I am going to I think head back to town, and I decided to not be antisocial and actually go join all the people and watch the fireworks with them. So I'm gonna warm up and head back. I'm about an hour and a half away from the lake where everybody gathers for fireworks. So I'm gonna start heading my way there. And heat. I'll turn on the heat in the car. Let's go. Just as predicted, I'm gonna find fresh coyote mint up higher in the elevation by the Medicine Lake, and I did. I found a huge patch of fresh coyote mint, brand new, the flowers that didn't go into seed yet. It was a whole hill covered with them, so I gathered a bunch. I put some on my dashboard to dry, and then I put some into the bucket of water just so that it fills up my car with its Amazing aroma. I also picked up some firewood that some people just cut trees, old trees here, the ones that have fallen down, and they leave firewood on the side of the road. So I grabbed a couple of things, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to Mama Nature for coyote mint, and I'm so thankful to the people who cut up the wood and leave it for everybody to use. It is absolutely amazing. It's super helpful. I don't have to have my axe and do you know, the heavy work of chopping wood, and I can focus on gathering flowers. All right, cool. I'm so happy. I'm going to watch the fireworks now. It is 7:45. I think they start at 9. So I have an hour to get there, and I think the hour is like an hour, and the drive is like an hour and 20 minutes. So let's get there. Stop stopping and picking flowers and start driving. Alright guys, I made it to the lake, and the cars are parked everywhere. But my friend Gail is there with her daughters, so I'm going to join her and watch the fireworks together. Alright, let's try to make it. There are so many people here. It's I had to park on the mountain, and I'm going down to the lake right now. Alright. Alright guys, I am back at my campsite. Actually, this worked out so perfectly because there is so much traffic from the lake going back to town to people's homes. But I parked right on the mountain where my campsite is, and I walked down to the lake, and then I walked back up to my car and drove, instead of down around the lake where all the traffic is, up. And I'm back at my campsite. And I set up a little lamp here for now on the tree. I got my hammock. Let me turn it around. I got my hammock, I got my chairs and my tent that I set up with the boys. The boys helped me setting it up. And Mount Shasta will be right there in the morning for us. Hey guys, so as much as I wanted to fast, I'm super hungry. And I'm not gonna start a fire already because it's already a little bit late. So instead, I have my jet boil. So I just made some hot water, and then I have this awesome food, my lifesaver when I get super hungry. And I'm gonna do it now, and maybe sway in the hammock a little bit, have some dinner, and then go to sleep. Let's do it together. And I like it like a soup, so I put a little more hot water than necessary. Alright, now I just shake, and wait. And this is enough. There's enough water here for our morning coyote mint tea. Alright, today was a beautiful day, and I'm so thankful for all the little things that are coming together to make it so special, to make every day so special. I love you, my boys. I love all of you who are watching. Happy Fireworks Day. Good night.